The majority of ClearSlide that we use is the live presentation, and we also send a lot of our presentations out to our clients using ClearSlide. So when we put proposals, when we get RFPs, a lot of times we put an Excel spreadsheet together as far as the numbers are concerned, and then we also put a slide presentation together on PowerPoint. And a lot of times what we'll do when we send that email out to our clients in response to that RFP is we will include a link, a ClearSlide link, which actually is a custom masked Radium 1 URL that ClearSlide was able to give us. So what was great was within the first 5 minutes of the call, I knew that ClearSlide was something that we'd be able to utilize on a daily basis. I knew it would be an effective way for our sales team to communicate with our clients, and an effective way for myself in sales management to be able to track what clients were responding, what salespeople were sending out, and what tools and what programs we were presenting to our clients. So ClearSlide was an awesome opportunity for us to be able to manage that from one interface. So live pitch is, and again, I represent sales representatives and clients that reach from Boston to the Mid-Atlantic to New York to Atlanta and Miami. And what we do a lot of times is we'll get in phone presentations with our clients. And the live pitch allows us to manage the flow of a presentation, not only through our phone conversation, but also with the slides that we're presenting. So it really gives us an opportunity to control the rhythm of a presentation, and it allows us to avoid having to get on a plane every other day to go visit our clients. With the busy schedules a lot of our agencies have, it's hard to schedule 2 or 3 days in a city like Atlanta and get 8 different meetings to make that trip valuable. So what I can do is I can have 8 different meetings within the course of a week or 2 weeks and have a very similar effect and outcome through the live pitch, which gives me the opportunity to speak to them in person, but also to show them and demonstrate some of the visuals that are very effective in how we sell our product. So email pitch to us is a great opportunity for us who use email all the time to maintain communication and follow up with our clients. When we get an RFP from somebody and it requires an Excel spreadsheet numbers breakdown of the cost, in addition to visuals and a walkthrough of what the user experience is going to be like and what the advertising opportunity is, being able to send an Excel spreadsheet, which we know they're going to look at because it has the integral pieces of CPMs and cost and impression. But a lot of times agencies are so busy they don't have an opportunity to really see the visual representation of what our product is. And it's so important for us to be able to make sure that people understand, beyond just the numbers, what it is that Radium 1 does and what it is that we can provide. A lot of people look at sales as a science where there's a lot of intangibles that exist. And what we want to do, what we try to do in sales management, is we try to take out those or understand those tangibles. And one of them is X meetings leads to Y proposals, which leads to, Z RFPs. So we try to be able to understand that a little bit better, and ClearSlide allows us to understand with the numbers behind the science of sales. So the analytics within our organization, we're trying to understand how the numbers are producing results, how we can control those numbers to end up getting better results. And the analytics that ClearSlide provides in the very beginning or in the very middle part to help us understand how effective we are at presenting and what our close ratio are absolutely some of the most crucial numbers that we in sales management can understand. Because we can know what's being presented effectively, what's being closed, and for how much. And if we see any numbers that are off from what we anticipate, we can go back and determine what it is that we need to do. Is it a better marketing of a certain aspect of our product? Is it better training? Is it having the salespeople understand a little bit more how to present this? We can understand, and we can go back to the very beginning of how we're presenting our product based on the analytics that ClearSlide provides us. So it's an invaluable aspect of the business that we were, again, not able to do beforehand because we really were flying blind as far as really understanding what was resonating with our clients. The analytics of ClearSlide allow us to have a greater vision into what is working, how it's working, and how we need to tweak things so that it can work better. Content is crucial to our business. Our ability to present our valuable content in a manner that displays it in a professional, easily ingestible user interface is crucial to us. And ClearSlide is a vehicle with which we can use to display our content and our presentation with the utmost of professionalism, because that's the way that we want to present our product, and ClearSlide is a vehicle that allows us to do that. And what ClearSlide has been able to do is ClearSlide has been able to give us a vision to a part of sales, the sales process, that we've never had vision into. Previously, there's a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of tools, and there's a lot of programs internally that allow us to track once revenue hits our books and how we manage it and how we renew that. But there's never really been something in the marketplace that's allowed us to see what the process is beforehand. How effective are our salespeople? How effective is our sales material? How effective is our pitch? How effective is our follow-through? All of these things are aspects of ClearSlide that our sales team can use and our sales management team can see and look at the analytics to be able to see how effective we are at every single stage of the game. And the fine-tuning that we've been able to do over the very short period of time that we've used ClearSlide has allowed us to increase revenue and increase productivity. How ClearSlide has allowed us to win business we might not have been able to. Actually, there's a couple stories, one of which is sending in proposals, sending in responses to RFPs. Agencies are usually inundated with that in any given time, with dozens of partners that have sent in that information. Before, we never really knew whether they looked at it, whether they did look at it, whether it didn't resonate, whether the idea was wrong. We were guessing completely as to what we did or what we didn't do when we didn't get on a campaign or we didn't win the business. Now, a lot of times, we're seeing that agencies are probably so busy that they never even opened up the presentation. So now that we know that somebody didn't open the presentation, we can follow up in a very neutral way and say, hey, I wanted to see if you had an opportunity to look at the presentation. And 9 times out of 10, if they hadn't read the presentation up to that point, they look at it later that afternoon. It's a little bit of a reminder for them. And so business that we wouldn't have won, we ended up getting considered because of the fact that friendly little reminder that ClearSlide provided us got them to jingle their memory a little bit to look at the presentation. And then the power of our product allows us to win business. And so we've won business as a result of the fact that we followed up with information that was provided to us from ClearSlide. We've increased our sales probably between 7 to 10% based solely on the fact that we have insights about the sales process that were not available to us beforehand, that ClearSlide was able to provide for us. Every week, I can see as a manager, I can see who has uploaded presentations into ClearSlide. So because the nature of our business, we adapt all of our presentations to the custom needs of our clients. What's great about ClearSlide is it becomes essentially a marketplace for all salespeople across the entire country to share ideas. So we've got someone on the West Coast that is presenting entertainment-heavy decks. Well, there's opportunities for us to present entertainment ideas on the East Coast. So we're able to borrow slides from those decks, add them into our decks, and it allows us to be a lot more productive. What I can say is that we've gotten about a dozen opportunities that would have probably just washed away. We've had about a dozen opportunities that we've been able to follow up with appropriately enough that have gotten us into the consideration set, and of those, about half of those have closed. If ClearSlide was taken away, I feel like we'd be going back to not to the dark ages, I would say, but we'd be going back to a point where we were flying blind again. And it's almost like to have loved and lost is better than to have never loved at all. So it would almost be worse knowing that we should have insight into the sales process that now we don't. We would find ourselves playing the guessing game again. And we play enough of that guessing game as is that to lose ClearSlide would set us back 2 or 3 steps. If that sales manager, that salesperson was part of our competition set, I'd tell them that there's no reason they should ever use it, because I don't want any of the competition to be using ClearSlide, because it allows them to be on the same playing field as us. And I feel like we have an amazing advantage to our competition because of the fact that we get insights from ClearSlide. But if they were in a non-competitive company, I would say that within 5 minutes of the presentation or within the first 2 weeks of having your sales team on board, you will see immediate results. You will have insights that you never knew were capable, and you'll be able to make the managerial decisions, and you'll be able to do the fine-tuning necessary throughout the quarter and throughout the year to be able to set your sales team on the right path to success. Immediate results. ClearSlide to me is an ally in the sales fight that we go at every day. I compete with direct competitors, non-direct competitors, my counterparts in the West Coast. I'm sitting here competing against everybody all the time when I wake up in the morning to when I close my computer at the end of the day. And ClearSlide is an ally to me. ClearSlide is only as good as your ability to use it. And if you know how to use it correctly, it's an absolute, it's an amazing wingman to have when you go out every single day and pick up the phone and call people and give live presentations. And ClearSlide to me is somebody that's on my team. It's an ally in the fight against, my competition. Every single week it saves me. Every single week I'm responsible for giving a report to my upper management. And this report consists of things beyond just tangibles like revenue and number of meetings and RFPs. But I need to sit there and I need to give them a clear idea of what we anticipate is going to happen within the next month and within the next quarter. ClearSlide allows me insights into what my sales teams are doing every single week, these intangibles that allow me to give a much more comprehensive answer to my sales organization and my upper management every single week. So before ClearSlide, we were in essence flying blind, but all the tools that I used were manual. So I would sit there and I would get on one-on-one conversations with every single one of my sales team and say, what meetings have you gone on? What presentations have you given? Where are you with this account, et cetera, et cetera. And as the sales team has grown, it's become so much more laborious. I have a number of things that I need to accomplish in every given week, and sometimes I can't get around to those 30-minute one-on-one sessions with every single rep. And so beforehand, that manual process, that manual way of me being able to identify what the opportunities were so that I could report to upper management were almost impossible to aggregate. And so it was simple sweat, manual labor that was able to give me half of the insights that ClearSlide is able to give me within a report every single week. I'm excited every single time I talk to our representative at ClearSlide because there's new opportunities that they're coming up with. There's new innovations that they're coming up with. I trust if the product that they've created up to this point is any indication, then I have 100% confidence in the fact that they'll be able to innovate on future products, and I look forward to hearing those. How are they going to make my job easier? I look to ClearSlide to innovate, and I am 100% confident in their ability to come up with products, and I'm 100% on board with whatever they come up with.